Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number. They're all big now, but this one is big number 25. And since we're speaking of big, I want to talk to you today about something that I'm dealing with. And it has the, okay, so here's the deal. I have mentioned before that I am going to be on the ABC hit show Shark Tank May 20th. The season finale, I am going and pitching my hairstyling product. Right? How's my hair look? Probably all crazy because I've been going nuts. Pete and Pedro product on Shark Tank. I'm pitching Pete and Pedro on Shark Tank. You get it. Now, I talked about it before in this vlog, and some people got all pissed off. They're like, this is about Tiege. And you're absolutely right. But the lessons that I try and that we try to sort of talk about here on this vlog is business related. And there is no bigger or badder ass way of promoting yourself or your business, regardless of what it is, than getting on something like Shark Tank. And so even though it's not for Tiege Hanley, it is something that I have experience with. And so, you know, my hope for you, if you ever start a business, I would highly recommend applying to try and be on Shark Tank. So somebody, I'm not sure who, put together the numbers and the figures behind how much you would have to pay for that amount of exposure, as in like 15 minutes on ABC at 9 p.m. on a Friday night, you get it. And the cost would be about $8 million worth of advertising buy. And so that's crazy exposure. And so I feel like it is relevant, okay? So today we're gonna talk a little bit about something that I'm dealing with because it's getting close. My episode is airing May 20th. So if you're interested, tune in May 20th to see Pete and Pedro and myself on ABC Shark Tank. So the thing that I've been dealing with, and you're going to deal with if you are fortunate enough to get a massive amount of exposure for your brand. Maybe you're written up in a newspaper, a magazine, if you're featured on a vlog, or Shark Tank. Your website needs to be able to handle the amount of traffic that is going to come. And so this is something that I've been trying to deal with my developer, with my hosting provider for the past week. We've been trying to figure out a solution to the traffic. One of the issues is that I don't know where the traffic is going to go. When people watch like Shark Tank, are they going to go to Pete and Pedro? Are they going to search Aaron Marino? Are they going to search? So I don't know where people are going. So this is one of the issues. I also don't know how many people are going to go and search out whatever. Is it 100? Is it 1,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 100,000? Shark Tank gets on average around 8 to 9 million views in a given episode or on a given episode. And so that's a lot of eyeballs. And your website needs to be able to handle a lot of unique visitors. And so, you know, I basically have Pete and Pedro and my website, I Am Alpha M, on two separate servers. And I don't want to get into all the nitty gritty in terms of what you need in a hosting plan or provider, but it is definitely something to consider. I wasn't confident enough that my current hosting plan and platform is big enough and robust enough in order to handle a massive spike. And so I called my hosting company last week and I'm like, I'm about to be on Shark Tank. What do we need to do? Do we need to do some testing? Do you need to monitor? And they're like, well, you need an upgraded plan. I'm like, well, how much is that upgraded plan going to cost me? And they said $3,000. And I about lost my mind. I started like yelling at the person. I'm like, $3,000, I totally lost my cool. I'm like, $3,000, you're just trying to screw me and this and that. And they're like, dude, no, we're not. This is just what you're going to need based on the amount of traffic that we've seen some of our other Shark Tank clients receiving. And I'm like, no way, oh, I want to talk to a technician. I got like super irate. And so I get on the phone with the technician and I start grilling the technician. I'm like, this is what I've got. I've got CloudFlare, because there's another thing that you can load onto your website. It's called CloudFlare. I'm not going to explain what it is, but basically it distributes and makes copies of your website and it helps with traffic. So if you're going to my website in California, you're not going to hit my server. You're going to hit CloudFlare, which is basically it's really hard to explain. And like I said, I am not a very tech savvy person, thus the reason why I freak out when people start explaining things that I don't understand. Anyway, Cloudflare is a great way to sort of distribute a load of traffic. And they set up a bunch of little, like, almost like micro servers all over the country. You guys out there that are watching are probably much more tech savvy and understand what is Cloudflare? Let me do a Google search. Once your website is a part of the Cloudflare community, and basically it's just an add-on to your existing hosting package. So like for $25, I've got all my websites on Cloudflare. And it says its web traffic is routed through our intelligent global network. We automatically optimize the delivery of your web pages so that your visitors get a faster page load time and the best performance. It's a DNS. That's the reason I've got developers that help me with this stuff. So I've got Cloudflare set up, so I get all pissed off and I don't get the answer that I like. Because every answer that I was hearing was, you're going to need something better than you have. And the better solution, the best solution, is a $3,000 per month plan. And I would only need to buy it for that month, but it was still $3,000. And that's a ton of cash. My current hosting plan is like $200. So just to give you perspective. And so I get off the phone and I call my developer. And he's like, no, you don't need that. He's like, we got it on Cloudflare. We'll cache things. And so you'll get a ton of traffic, but don't sweat it. And so I started talking to more people, and I did not feel comfortable with my developer's answer. And so I have another phone call with my hosting provider, and he's trying to talk me through it a little bit more. And I'm still like, I believed him a little bit more, but I just wasn't ready to believe him that, hey, I needed this $3,000 package. I thought they were just trying to screw me. And they saw, like, they hear Shark Tank and they're like, oh, money grab. And so I get with my developer and I'm like, okay, let's do some testing. Right? Testing. Let's just, because there are things that you can do. You can do what is called load testing, which is like simulating a ton of traffic, and it's just like some software that just pounds your site, and it basically measures the responsiveness. It measures if it's staying up, if it's coming down. And so we decided to test it. We're like, let's start small and go up. So we tested with like 1,000 people. Then we hit it with 2,000 people. And my websites crumbled. They crashed faster than my willpower in a good pizza joint. So, apparently they weren't just trying to screw me. And so, I am currently in the process of negotiating that deal. So here's the deal. I'm like, all right, $3,000. It is not an expense that I want to incur, but see, here's the thing. If there was like an 80% chance that it would stay up, I would roll the dice. If there was a 75% chance, I might even roll the dice. It's like a 0% chance that my website will stay up if I don't do anything additional. And so I basically reached out and had my developer talk to their head salesperson, and we're working through some issues, and I think I'm actually going to have to do that in order to hopefully keep my website up and live. And so I wanted to talk about it because it's something that you don't necessarily think of. Everybody's all excited about traffic. Once you hear about a great opportunity of getting a lot of exposure for your brand, it's amazing. But there are some back-end things that you need to consider and prepare for so that you set yourself up for success. Because there would be nothing worse. There I am watching Shark Tank, right? I'm like, yeah, everything's great. I go and I look at the analytics on my phone and I notice that it's crashed. That would take all the joy, the fun, the excitement out of it. And so hopefully this is a solution. It's an expensive solution, but hopefully one that works. Now, the other bad thing about it is that they can't guarantee that it'll stay up. It's like, well, awesome. Thanks for, I don't know, nobody wants to say for 100% certainty, I guess, but it's the best shot I've got for keeping it up, and something that I guess I'm going to have to do and bite the bullet and spend the money just to have some peace of mind. And so because this was something that I've been really stressed about and really dealing with and trying to figure out, I figured that I would talk about it today just to hopefully help you next time you get on Shark Tank or some crazy, incredible exposure like Good Morning America, the new, whatever, because these traffic spikes are real, and it's like all of a sudden everybody goes, and it's exciting, but at the same time it's scary because you never know if it's going to hold up. So wish me luck. Anyway, I want to now talk a little bit about Tiege and sort of tell you what you can expect in the upcoming vlogs, because things are starting to actually come together. We asked you last vlog about how long people would wait for a pre-sale. Like if we offered a deal, how long would you wait? And the overwhelming majority of you guys said about 30 days, about a month is kind of what we expected, and we were right. But even now, even though we got that information, I don't think we're going to do the pre-sale just because we aren't that far away from launching. It's not tomorrow, but we are going to reveal. So here's the deal. Next week, we got another standard vlog. Talk to you a little bit about testing and stuff like that. Because I've got, actually, let me show you. We got some exciting stuff going on in these bags, and these are actually, I'll tell you about that next week. But then the following week, we are actually going to be divulging our launch date. Very important. This is actually May 21st, so make sure to tune in. We're telling you what our launch date is going to be, and we're finally revealing what the value-added proposition and what we are all about at Tiege Hanley. You guys know it's skincare, but there are some secrets, some twists, we are kicking ass. We're like the anti-skincare establishment, right? There's the skincare industry been screwing us for way too long. Gentlemen, we're simplifying it. We're cutting out the middleman. We're charging less. You guys are going to finally be able to hear exactly what Tiege Hanley is all about. And then I think after that, the next vlog, I'm actually going to be showing you the packaging. Things are going to start moving a lot faster as of like right now. And so I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts, my heart, their heart, Rob, Kelly, the chemist, everybody's heart. This has just been an amazing journey, and it's been so incredibly therapeutic for me to be able to talk and have this as an outlet. And it's just been amazing having the feedback and having you be a part of it, because our goal from day one was to change the face of men's skincare and to really make it easier, because it's too complicated and it's not being done right. And so we wanted to basically be as transparent with the process as possible, and to help those of you out there that are looking to possibly want to start a business at some point. And so hopefully these vlogs have been helpful. Hopefully you've enjoyed them. You guys have been amazing in terms of the comments, the engagement, signing up for our email list and our newsletter with info and product detail. If you guys haven't, Tiege.com, go sign up just to have launch information and special deals and discount codes, and to help us, because we probably will have more questions before this thing gets launched, and we'll need your feedback in order to make this the best it possibly can. And so on that note, I think I'll just say thank you, and hopefully things keep rolling along, and I've got good news to report next week. Guys, thanks for watching.